Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel, doing our live stream that we do each and every Thursday night. Things are a little bit different. We're going to see if this works out. You can see I'm not in my office. I'm not in my work clothes. I'm actually in a car driving my daughter to college. She's in the back. She's embarrassed that I'm doing a live stream, but I thought I'd try to go ahead and do it since I don't have anything else to do as we're driving 1,000 miles. We are in the middle of Utah. And I'm not driving, so you don't have to worry about that. But so hopefully, if you can hear me, and hopefully, if the internet holds up, we'll do a few questions. Like we do each and every week. Again, I'm an attorney in the state of Arizona. I help people with pretty serious consumer debt issues, whether it's bankruptcy, debt collection lawsuits, all those types of things. That's what we handle. In the comments section, I'll put a link. If you're in Arizona, I do free consultations. Happy to see how we can help you out and try to help you with whether it's bankruptcy, debt collection lawsuits, whatever it is. As I mentioned each and every week, even though I am an attorney in Arizona, I'm not licensed anywhere else, so this isn't legal advice, doesn't create any type of attorney-client relationship, and we might have lost it. Because of that, you just need to take it for what it is, some guy talking on YouTube. So I do apologize. You'll have to let me know in the comments if the sound is not good or if it's not coming through. It might be a little bit choppy. Like I said, we're cruising down the road. You can see we got all my daughter's junk piled up in the car here. We're fully loaded, getting her to college and getting ready to go. I wanted to start with a couple of questions off of the channel that I found. This one had to do with the Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Talked about if you surrender your car to the lender, will that go into a Chapter 7 as well? And that was by Angel Daviani 8678. That's a good question. If you surrender your car, whether your car gets repossessed before bankruptcy, after bankruptcy, you could surrender it through there. Yes, the debt goes away and you don't owe anything on it going forward. Typically, when a car goes back to the lender, if it gets repossessed, they take it, they sell it at auction, and then the balance that's still owed is called the deficiency, and they usually sue you for that, try to get a judgment, and then they will garnish wages, bank accounts, all that kind of stuff. So if that happens pre-bankruptcy, that debt goes away. Even if it's gone to judgment, that'll go away. If you're in a bankruptcy and you're in a vehicle loan that you don't want to keep or you can't afford, or for any reason, you can surrender it through the bankruptcy and you're not going to have any additional liability on that debt. So that is a good question there. Rocky said, saw a picture online of me and my family with all those lovely daughters. You may be filing your own bankruptcy case after paying for all those weddings. That's true. I have 5 daughters, 1 son, and we were just joking that we're driving her up to college, and maybe we should do this whole episode on student loans and budgeting in general. This question from the channel said, I would imagine the size of the purported debt may strongly influence how much effort these recovery companies expend in going after the debt. You would think that would be the case, that the bigger the debt, that the more aggressive they would be in pursuing it. It's usually the opposite. If it's too big, they know that most people will just file a bankruptcy over that. So I don't see a whole lot of credit cards that are like $60,000, $70,000. I see a ton of them that are $2,500. They know that people aren't going to file bankruptcy over a $2,500 lawsuit. They will over that. So often they'll pursue those other ones. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we have here. Yardy says, I used the solo suit form to file for a motion to compel arbitration. Midland ended up dropping the case voluntarily. I'm glad to hear that. So that's an approach that we often recommend with debt collection lawsuits. It works with junk debt buyers like Midland Funding, like Yardy, when he used that. And by the way, that link that I put in there to solo suit, you can click through there. That's a great way to support the channel, as well as they have some really cool forms, and they use a lot of technology to help you with debt settlement, filing an answer, motions to compel arbitration. But the motion to compel a private arbitration, it works particularly well if you're dealing with an original creditor lawsuit, like American Express, Capital One. They tend to file their own lawsuits. So you could use that as an approach to get the case out of the court system into private arbitration. And like we've talked about before on the channel, a lot of times the creditors don't want to file you into private arbitration like AAA with the American Arbitration Association, just because it's too expensive, and so they drop it. So glad to hear that you already did that worked out for you. This question says, after repossession, do you recommend negotiating with the bank after the deficiency? And then he follows that up saying, what, it's 60% negotiation. I typically do, because here's the thing, is they are typically going to file a lawsuit on that deficiency balance, almost always. Because if they don't, there's really no way to collect on it. So if there's a deficiency balance after a repossession, if you're not looking to file for bankruptcy, then I would recommend negotiating. 60%, it really just depends on a lot of factors. It depends on your current situation, employment, income, real estate, and then whether the original lender is the one that still has the deficiency balance or if they sold it off to a third-party creditor. So go ahead and, again, take a look at the thing from Solo Suit there. I'll put that in there. I don't think I have very good reception, so I'm going to post a link in here. If you're in Arizona and you need to schedule a consultation, go ahead and click on there. I think we'll cut it short for today, but I appreciate everybody reaching out, and we will catch you next week.